Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm going to show you a quick way today to fix hinges that are going on loose. Now this could happen because either you took the door on and off too many times and the screws no longer go in and because the holes are stripped out, or in my case I'm switching hinges and the screw holes don't line up perfectly, so I need to fill those old holes in so that the new hinges can go on. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I mean here. So I have these two old doors that I'm fixing up for my cabin, and I went ahead and I bought new brass hinges for this door, and you can see the holes don't quite line up. Now the hinge is the exact same size, and you can see that here. You can actually see the holes this way a little bit better as well. So you can see the hinges are the exact same size, but the two outside holes on the old hinge are a little further to the outside. So I need to go ahead and fix that so I can install the new hinges without having to run like a 2-inch screw through it and looking sloppy. So I'm going to make this look like this over here, and you can see that one's already got plugs in there, 1, 2, 3, to fill up those old holes, and now it gives me a good place for the screws to bite for the new hinge. Now, ideally, you're gonna do this before you go ahead and start painting the door like I did. But for this door over here, I'm actually going to be changing the direction that this door opens. So not only do I have to fill all of those holes, I actually have to fill in the hinge mortise. Let me go ahead and show you how we're going to plug the holes now. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need for this is simply dowels. I have two different size dowels here. I have a 1/4 inch and I have a 5/16. The 1/4 inch I'm going to be using for the screen door. It had smaller screw holes, and the 5/16 I'm using for the exterior front door because the holes were a little bit larger. After you have your dowel size picked, the next thing you're going to do is grab a drill bit that matches the exact diameter of the dowel. So in our case for the screen door, we have a 1/4 inch bit chucked up. Okay, next part, super simple, dowel, glue. I'm going to put some glue on the end of the dowel and around the base of the dowel. Once I have that done, I'm just going to take the dowel, stick it right in one of those holes, and tap it all the way in. Trim off the dowel. And then the last step is going to be taking a chisel to chisel the dowel flush. I still have to do some touch-up paint around here, obviously, but alright, there you have it, all done. Nice and sturdy, isn't going anywhere. Alright, so here's the other door I was working on, and you can see right here we've already went ahead and plugged these holes, and that's just because when we go ahead and actually switch the direction of the hinge here to be a left-hand open instead of a right-hand open, the hinge isn't going to line up perfectly with those holes, and I just wanted them plugged because this is an exterior door and I don't want water in any way getting in there. Now, if I was just keeping the door direction the same, I'd be done there. I could plug those holes and go from there. But because this hinge is going to have to go on this side now, if I were to simply chisel out this bit of material, I'm going to have a gap there. And while not the end of the world, it's also less than desirable. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. And how I'm going to fix that is I'm going to do what I did over here on this one, which is I'm basically going to insert a patch that once the door is painted, you'll never know that's there. And what that allows me to do is it allows me a completely clean, fresh work surface to mortise in the new hinge on the right side of the door so that I can have a left-hand open door instead of a right-hand open door. Now, the process for this is super, super easy. I went ahead and I cut 2, 3 really rough blanks. And these things do not have to fit at all. I mean, you can see how much larger that is in every dimension. All I'm going to do now that I have this rough blank is I'm going to use my pencil to mark where it needs to be cut lengthwise. And once I have it lengthwise, I'm just going to go ahead and glue it in big like that. And once the glue dries, we'll let it sit up here for 30-40 minutes. Once the glue is completely dry, I'm just going to come back with a block plane and flush everything up and then sand it down. And once I do that, it's going to look as good as that and be good to go. Alright, for this we're just going to use some good exterior glue that's waterproof. And I'm going to be pretty generous with the glue here. Some light clamping pressure. So once you get these patches planed down and sanded smooth, the next step is to simply mortise the hinges. And I have another video on how to mortise hinges that I'll include here in the right hand corner. And at that point the doors are pretty much done. Now, I'm not showing the finished doors in this video only because for the larger exterior door, I'm still building a custom frame for that door, including a solid oak threshold. So I'll show the completed doors when I release that video. That will include the door frame as well. Okay, that wraps it up. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing or hitting that like button. Either one really helps me out. Thanks again.